Native agriculture comes in many forms. It's considered more of a social responsibility rather than like private gardens and stuff like that because we grew for the tribe. In our wild rice beds, they bunched up uh, wild rice together, you know, to mark off for different bands, you know, for the wild ricing, you know. And so the social responsibility aspect of farming comes in many forms, like fire ecology. You do a fire ecology so the whole valley can grow the plants necessary for basketry, for food, utilitarian, medicinal purposes, you know, because they get too old and sometimes some plants need to be young in order to be able to have their full effect. It's said at one point that this North America was nothing but a big garden, just all across from coast to coast, and a native person wouldn't be able to starve here because the plants are put in place by our future generations. Like back east, they have these chestnut forests that the Europeans came and they said they're spaced just right apart so that you could actually drive an army through them with no hindrance or anything like that. And they were wondering how they got so well spaced apart. It's because they were planted there, you know. They came to the Willamette Valley. And Willamette Valley, they said, was like a garden because it was a garden. You know, the fire ecology that was used across North America was able to burn across the Great Plains. Here in the valley, they use it. They used it, burn across the Great Plains, and there's evidence of this charged soil going deep into the ground, being super fertile. The idea of social farming was that somebody would come to a hunting camp and they would plant some corn or beans there or whatever, you know, and then knowing that they wouldn't use that, but that somebody else would use that. And so that we all took care of each other this way. And so the idea of being part of the process of Mother Earth and the plants and the gardening was a circular with us because we believe that the plants, the animals are elder relatives and they simply know more than us, you know. They have scientific facts proving that plants are sentient beings. They starting to realize that the hemoglobin and um, the chlorophyll, the plant blood, are exactly the same molecule, except for the center molecule is one iron for humans, one magnesium for plants, but they're the same thing, you know. So the plants was able to create the oxygen that we live in now, you know, through the process of photosynthesis. They're breathing out of oxygen, you know, over millions of years created a breathable environment for us. And so we recognize that the plants they carry their own sentience and they are spiritual beings as well as us. You know, we have no inanimate terms for things such as rock or tree or anything like that. They're all animate. You know, the rocks themselves, they breathe once a day. And so we realize that the elder beings out there take care of us, and for us to be a part of that, we need to contribute to life. You know, there's only one creation, and it's the study of this creation that we get to know the Creator. In the studying of this creation, we're able to see how all these animals interact. You know, these animals we're apprenticing under them, you know, for many generations, you know, on how they feed their families, what's good medicines for them, you know, but also that the apprenticing helps us to bring us into more awareness of the sentience of the animal, you know, of the living being of the animal and the spirit of the animal as well, you know. So being aware of the circle of life, you know, that we're all living in, we can't help but to contribute to life, you know. So all these lessons we learn from the animals, good medicines, good foods, all this, you know, they taught us this, you know, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. There's not a plant in North America that they haven't already discovered the utilitarian, medicinal, or edible benefits of. So all these plants, the medicines are already known. And that's just because Native Americans were some of the best scientists ever out there. And so, and a lot of that is because we recognize the life that's in everything, the sentience that's in everything, the spirit that's in everything. We don't separate spirituality from the physical nature. We never had an idea of billiard physics. We've always known that that's what someone termed as a unified field concept, and that we are just bumps in this unified field of consciousness. This consciousness in this unified field, um, it is here for a little while, and the medicine that we bring in to this earth, you know, is designed to help this earth be a better place. Just like they say when you go camping, that you leave the place better than when you first got there. Our medicine that we bring in from the spirit world is designed in the very same way, is to bring our medicine back to this world and to improve this world for future generations. Like I say, there's only one creation, and it's the study of this creation that we get to know the Creator, and that ties you in. The study of that, the study of plants, the study of mycorrhizal and bacteria and microbes and the plant itself, you know, the study of the way a plant interacts with the earth and the air and the sun, you know, that is stuff that brings us back. All that stuff is learning about creation, you know, the seed saving, you know, that is a uniquely human idea, you know, and it's about, you know, caring for our future generations, you know. We realize that what they call wild edibles are self-seeding. A lot of them are self-pollinating. A lot of them require pollinators, you know. But the seed-saving part of it is imperative for this many people on this earth to survive for this long, you know. We live in a environment of false scarcity. So this false scarcity is designed to make the corporations richer and richer, you know. If we all were able to have our little gardens or big gardens or farming or whatever, you know, and have that for ourselves so that we can relate with this Mother Earth and all these plants, you know, and appreciate it. Like we offer tobacco, we sing a song, you know, to these plants when we harvest them. And it's because of our appreciation for this plant that we make an offering to the plant. So we're performing a reciprocal cycle. So when I pick a plant, you know, out of the ground, it's been a spirit living there for this whole time. And when I remove that plant, there's a hole there where that spirit was. You know, there's a spiritual hole there where that spirit was, which is now in my bag or whatever, you know. So I want to put a prayer there. You know, I want to put something in exchange, you know, to take care of that place where that spirit was. And so we want to be able to be reciprocal with these plants and be able to have an equality with them and show our gratitude. A lot of people saying, you know, the humans are a scourge upon the earth, and right now they are. And they also say that the earth will get along just fine without us, and that's true. But it'll be a less happier earth, you know. All these plant or animals that have gone extinct, they have a role in the ecosystem that makes the plants happy, you know, that makes other animals happy, it makes the bugs happy and all this stuff, you know. And so without us as part of the ecosystem, the plants would be less fulfilled. The symbiotic relationship that we have with plants is appreciated by the plants as well, you know, because if we give them fungi, if we give them microbes, they're very happy plants and they're able to produce and return to us, you know. And the fact that we're saving their progeny is a beautiful thing.